News when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris. President Trump has agreed to end sweeping federal immigration operations in Minnesota. White House border czar Tom Homan.
As a result of this surge operation, we have greatly reduced the number of targets for enforcement action. And many criminal aliens have been arrested and taken off the streets, including murderers, sex offenders, national security threats, gang members, and other violent criminals.
Homan says a small footprint of personnel will stay on for a while to close out and transition full command and control back to the field office.
And our officers will carry out those duties with professionalism, integrity, and compassion like we've done for years. We will enforce the immigration law against all persons in the United States illegally.
The decision marks a major step to de-escalate an operation that sparked protests and congressional scrutiny over the Trump administration's tactics, including the killings of 2 U.S. citizens. Minnesota officials testified before the Senate Homeland Security Committee about President Trump's immigration enforcement surge. Minnesota Attorney General Keith Ellison says ICE is supposed to be targeting not just criminals, but the worst criminals.
Is 5-year-old Liam Conejo Ramos the worst of the worst, or 10-year-old Elizabeth Zunia Castaguano? The surge is contributing to violent crime, members. It's contributing to violent crime. 2 of the 3 homicides committed in Minneapolis in 2026 have come at the hands of federal immigration agents.
Ellison referring to Alex Preddy and Renee Good, 2 U.S. citizens shot during the surge by federal immigration officers. The Kremlin has set out proposals for a wide-ranging economic partnership with the Trump administration, including Russia's return to the dollar settlement system. The proposal details 7 points where Russian and U.S. economic interests could converge, including joint investments in natural gas and critical raw materials. The plan would be a reversal of Kremlin policy. The White House is trying to ramp up pressure on JPMorgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon to cap credit card interest rates. White House trade advisor Peter Navarro.
Jamie Dimon, lower your friggin' credit card interest rates. You are a criminal the way you charge the American people at 22, 25, and 30%, and the president wants you to lower that. So until, Jamie, until you do that, please refrain from commenting on other public policies.
Trump's push for a year-long 10% limit on interest rates has drawn pushback from some of the largest banks and card issuers. Dimon last month said the move would spark an economic disaster for the U.S. Navarro also said the North American Trade Pact has significant flaws, but he sidestepped any questions about whether the U.S. would leave the USMCA deal, which is up for review on July 1st. Republican Representative French Hill of Arkansas thinks the U.S. should renew its commitment to USMCA.
President Trump is responsible for dramatically improving the North American Free Trade Agreement from the 1992-1993 timeframe, in creating USMCA in his first term, and it worked quite well. But there's more to be done. We live in an ever-changing economy with ever-changing priorities.
Representative Hill and Peter Navarro were both on Bloomberg surveillance. Initial claims for unemployment insurance dropped 5,000 to 227,000 in the week ending February 7th. Analysts expected a larger decline to 223,000. A sell-off in tech companies dragged down stocks amid growing concerns about whether massive investments in AI will materialize in any significant way. We do check those markets for you all day long here at Bloomberg. The S&P 500 down 1.1%, NASDAQ down 1.7%. The Dow is down 0.9%. The 10-year Treasury yield at 4.15%. The 2-year yield at 3.45%. Bitcoin now down 2.25%, around $66,000. President Trump is shrinking the Environmental Protection Agency more quickly and aggressively than ever, culminating in this week's move to rescind the crucial endangerment finding, which underpins key regulations of planet-warming pollution. It marks the reversal of a key scientific determination that greenhouse gases are harmful, supporting a swath of federal climate policy to curb emissions from vehicles and industrial sources. Former EPA officials warn the changes are boosting pollution and could exacerbate health conditions like asthma, cardiovascular disease, and neurological development issues. That's news when you want it with Bloomberg News Now. I'm Amy Morris, and this is Bloomberg.